Have you ever caught her looking at you, then quickly looking away? Or maybe she laughs at your jokes just a little too hard, remembers things you barely even recall saying. You feel something, but you can't quite explain it. Here's the truth. When someone hides deep feelings, they don't always say it out loud. But psychology tells us the signs are always there. I'm Vicky, and after years studying emotional behavior and relational dynamics, I can tell you this. If she's hiding feelings for you, her subconscious is probably speaking louder than she ever will. In this video, we're diving into 9 powerful signs, backed by psychological insight, that may reveal she's feeling far more than she lets on. And trust me, number 9 is the one most men never notice until it's too late. Let's begin. Sign number 1, she acts nervous around you. You walk into the room and suddenly she shifts. Her fingers start fidgeting. She plays with her hair. Her voice, a little higher. Her laugh, slightly awkward. This isn't random. It's not just shyness either. Psychologists call this physiological arousal, the body's response to emotional intensity. When someone is emotionally invested but trying to hide it, that internal tension leaks out through nerves. Think about it. Why would she be nervous around you specifically? Because when someone is hiding feelings, even casual moments become emotionally charged. Her body reacts before her mind can control it. So next time she drops her pen, stumbles over her words, or blushes when you look her way, don't just brush it off. It might be more than nerves. It might be a heart trying not to speak. Sign number 2, she remembers the little things. You casually mentioned your favorite snack once, and weeks later, she shows up with it. Or maybe you told her about a childhood nickname, something small, almost forgettable, and she brings it up in a way that tells you she never forgot. This isn't just about having a good memory. Psychologically, when we care deeply about someone, especially in a romantic sense, our brain naturally gives priority to anything related to them. It's called selective attention, and it's driven by emotional relevance. If she remembers the little things, the side comments, the offhand stories, the subtle preferences, it's because she's paying attention at a level most people don't. And not just listening, but absorbing. Because when you matter to someone emotionally, the details matter too. Sign number 3, mixed signals and hot-cold behavior. One day she's warm, laughing, texting first, fully present. The next she's distant, cold, almost like she's pulling away. Confusing? Yes. Random? Not at all. When someone is hiding deep feelings, they often wrestle with emotional conflict. Part of her wants to be close. The other part is scared of rejection, of vulnerability, of being exposed. Psychologists call this approach avoidance conflict, when the desire for connection collides with the fear of consequence. So you get mixed signals, a warm message followed by silence, genuine interest followed by sudden withdrawal. It's not a game. It's not manipulation. It's emotional defense. The heart saying yes, while the mind says, be careful. If you've noticed this hot and cold pattern, look deeper. It might not be confusion. It might be fear wrapped around love. Sign number 4, she tries to impress you subtly. She doesn't boast. She doesn't brag. But somehow you notice she highlights her strengths when you're around. Maybe she casually mentions her recent achievements. Maybe she lights up a little more when she talks about her passions. Or you notice she puts extra thought into how she looks when she knows she'll see you. This isn't coincidence. It's subconscious. Psychologically, this is tied to impression management, our mind's quiet attempt to shape how someone we care about sees us. When someone's hiding feelings, they don't always confess it, but they still want to be seen, admired, appreciated, remembered. She wants you to notice her, not because she's seeking attention, but because your opinion matters more than she's ready to admit. And deep down, she hopes you'll see the best in her without her ever needing to say a word. Sign number 5. She's curious about your love life, but pretends not to be. She asks casually, "So are you seeing anyone these days?" Or maybe she never asked directly, but you notice the shift in her tone when another girl's name comes up. A moment of silence, a change in expression, a sudden change of subject. Jealousy doesn't always show up loud. Sometimes it arrives quietly, with questions she pretends are casual and reactions she can't quite hide. Psychologically, this is emotional territoriality, a subtle instinct that rises when someone feels connected to you, even if they haven't fully admitted it. She wants to know where your heart is, but asking outright feels too risky, so she masks it with curiosity, with jokes, with just wondering. But behind those small questions is a much bigger fear, that you might already belong to someone else before she's had the chance to tell you how she really feels. Sign number 6. She opens up about deep personal things. She tells you about her childhood, about something that hurt her, about dreams she's afraid to chase, and suddenly the conversation shifts. It's no longer surface level, it's vulnerable. Here's what most people miss. When someone shares their inner world with you, especially the fragile parts, it's never just conversation, it's trust. Psychologists call this emotional self-disclosure, and it's one of the most intimate forms of connection. People don't open that door unless they feel safe, and they don't feel safe unless their heart is already involved. So if she lets you see behind the mask, if she chooses you as the one who gets the raw, unfiltered truth, it's not by accident. It's her way of silently saying, "You matter to me more than you probably realize." Sign number 7. She mirrors you unconsciously. You lean forward, she leans forward. You cross your arms. A few moments later, so does she. It's not mimicry, it's mirroring, and it's one of the most overlooked signs of emotional connection. Psychologically, this is known as limbic synchrony. It happens when someone subconsciously aligns their body language, tone, or energy with yours, not out of imitation, but because their brain is emotionally attuned to you. It's the body's quiet way of saying, "I feel close to you. I feel safe around you. I'm with you," even without words. Mirroring is rarely intentional. In fact, she probably doesn't even realize she's doing it. But your presence affects her more than she lets on. So her subconscious tries to create harmony with yours. When she reflects you without even thinking, it may be because her feelings run deeper than she's willing to admit. Sign number 8, she makes time for you, even when it's inconvenient. She's tired, but she still replies. She's busy, but somehow she fits you in. In a world where everyone's too busy, effort is one of the purest forms of affection. Psychologically, this taps into prioritization behavior. When someone rearranges their schedule, their energy, even their comfort, just to create space for you. People make time for what matters. And when feelings are hidden, this kind of effort becomes even more telling, because she's not doing it for attention. She's doing it despite trying to hide how she feels. Think about this. Does she show up for you when she doesn't have to? Does she listen, support, help, even when there's nothing in it for her? That's not convenience. That's quiet devotion. And sometimes, actions whisper what the heart is too scared to scream. Sign number 9, she gets quiet when you flirt with others. You mention another girl, maybe even joke about someone who likes you, and suddenly, she goes quiet. Her smile fades, just a little. Her energy shifts. She looks away. It's subtle, but undeniable. This isn't jealousy in the loud, dramatic way you see in movies. This is internal conflict in real time, and it hurts because she's trying to stay composed while her emotions stir beneath the surface. Psychologists call this emotional withdrawal, a defense mechanism when someone feels threatened, hurt, or replaced, especially by someone they have feelings for but haven't confessed to. That silence, that sudden distance, it's not indifference, it's self-protection, because the thought of you with someone else doesn't just bother her, it breaks the part of her she's worked so hard to keep hidden. And in that quiet moment, her silence might be saying the one thing she never could. I wish it were me. Sometimes the loudest emotions are the ones never spoken. She may never say it outright, but in her nervous laughter, the way she remembers your words, the effort she makes, and the silence that follows your mention of someone else, her feelings are there. Hidden maybe, but real. And if you've seen even a few of these signs, it's not just coincidence. It's connection, waiting for courage. So the question isn't, does she feel something? The question is, are you ready to see it? If someone came to mind during this video, don't ignore that instinct. Drop a comment below. Tell your story. Let others know they're not alone in this confusion. And if you want more real, psychology-backed insights about love, attraction, and emotional behavior, hit that subscribe button, because feelings may hide, but the truth always finds a way to show.